Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhaktavinda Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhaktavinda Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna. I would like to thank Radha Ballava Prabhu for kindly invited me, his kindness to invite me for this Sunday program in that farm in Bogo, that is ISKCON land, and the process. It is ISKCON land because it is given by Advaita Prabhu. So thank you very much for your kindness to invite me today. Uh, is there any translation? I'll just keep going straight in English. Okay? Is that okay? Can you hear me? Not at least if you were hearing me. Okay. So we'll just go. Okay. So I'll just go straight. Is that all right? Oh, okay. 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 Um, what I chose to speak upon, and we're also asked to speak upon, is about the glories of devotional service, Bhakti. And there is a chapter from the Nectar of Devotion, which is there's a subject matter here specifically mentioning about Bhakti. Hmm? I believe this is like one of the first few chapters. Let me see. Yes. But this is taken from Bhakti, the art of eternal love. So it's taken from the Nectar of Devotion. Okay? Um, and I'll read from that book, What is Bhakti and the Benefits of Bhakti. And then from there, we will further explain. So Prabhupada says, Bhakti means devotional service. Every service has some attractive feature that drives the servitor progressively on and on. Every one of us within this world is perpetually engaged in some sort of service, and the impetus for such service is the pleasure we derive from it. Driven by affection for his wife and children, a family man works day and night. A philanthropist works in the same way for love of the greater family, and a nationalist for the cause of his country and countrymen. That force which drives the philanthropist, the householder, and the nationalist is called rasa, or a kind of mellow relationship whose taste is very sweet. So Prabhupada is explaining here that we perform activities or some service because we have some taste for what we are doing. Of course, others, they perform their duties even though it's unwillingly, and they don't want to do it, but because there is some return for what they are doing. It's like a worker, an ordinary worker. He may not like his job, but he has to do his job in order to get some remuneration, or he's waiting for the paycheck by the end of the week or by the end of the month. So that is not rasa, or having a taste, sweet taste for one's activities. So as Prabhupada says, every service has some attractive feature. Okay, so the attractive feature of an ordinary worker is the salary, not his work. Hmm. There's somehow or other he's impelled to do what he is meant to do, but he's tasting the reaction of or the result of what he's doing, which is like a big paycheck by the end of the week or by the end of the month. Um, so Prabhupada give an example as again, just like a family man, he works day and night also because he has affection towards his wife and children. And same with philanthropist, he will work the same way because he has love for the greater family and a nationalist for the cause of his country and countrymen. So there must be some kind of taste, kind of mellow. That's why he's doing this. And this is called rasa. Sila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the father, um, or spiritual father of our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, he translated rasa or mellow, some kind of relationship, mellow. That is very difficult to find the exact meaning of rasa, that taste. So bhakti rasa is a mellow different from the ordinary rasa enjoyed by mundane workers. Bhakti rasa is different. It is spiritual. Bhakti means devotional service. Prabhupada translated bhakti as devotional service, voluntarily. Um, one performs service towards Krishna, towards the Supreme Lord, out of love. This is the meaning of bhakti rasa or devotional service. His relationship, the devotee's relationship with Krishna being the enjoyed, we are all servants, that means we are enjoyed, and it is our duty out of love to please the Supreme Lord, to serve Krishna, who is the Supreme Master. So everybody has to work, everybody has to perform activities, everybody has to do service, Prabhupada says. In the material world, everyone has to do, to serve, but their serving, the materialist, is misdirected. Unlike the devotees' activities, they're meant to please the Supreme Lord with their service, which is ahaituki, unmotivated. Hmm. What? Oh, Hare Krishna. It's ended. We're going to go back again. It's unmotivated. Let me see again. Uh, Let me see. Eyeball. Eyeball. Hare Krishna. Looks like we got disconnected there. I have to connect again, just temporarily. Uh-huh. Hare Krishna. Haribol. There is some interruption in the Philippines.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
I am here.
You're here.
Hold on.
You're waking.
Hare Krishna. Haribol. Can you hear me? Say yeah. Okay. I can continue even just the audio. All right? Okay. You can see my video. My video is there, right? Okay. Okay. So we continue. We're talking about how Prabhupada's spiritual master, spiritual father, translated the word rasa, or kind of mellow, whose taste is very sweet. It's like everyone. But is the mundane rasa actually is not the real rasa or mellow that we're looking for. Everyone wants to be happy in this world. This is the nature of the soul. Nanda Maya Vyasa. Everyone wants to be happy. However, the real happiness can only be obtained if we serve Krishna, the supreme enjoyer. We are the enjoyer. It says that Krishna is the predominator and we are the predominated. And as Prabhupada continues, mundane workers labor very hard day and night in order to relish a certain kind of rasa that is understood as sense gratification. So the relish or taste of the mundane rasa does not long endure, and therefore mundane workers are always apt to change their position of enjoyment. So yes, mundane rasa doesn't last long. As soon as one become distasteful of his activities or his service, then he will go and find. I'm getting some feedback. It's best, better you mute yourself, okay? Radhavala Prabhu, mute. Yes, I can do that. And those who are listening, you can tell Gopal he can turn into YouTube in my channel. Then they can see also. They can hear because I'm going live. Just turned off your. Just after that, unmute or mute yourself because there's a feedback that I'm hearing. Okay. So, Srila Prabhupada continues saying, let me see, where is this? Yes, that the kind of rasa that the materialists are experiencing, which is understood to be as sense gratification for their own benefit, unlike the activities of the devotees, is unmotivated, no desire for mundane enjoyment, but the desire to be happy can be only be obtained if we want to please Krishna with our activities. So this is the simplest way, the explanation of bhakti, right? So a living entity cannot steadily remain either in sense enjoyment or in renunciation. Change is going on perpetually, and we cannot be happy in either state because of our eternal constitutional position. Sense gratification does not endure for long and is therefore called chapala sukha, or flickering happiness. So again, Prabhupada gave an example. It's like an ordinary man who works very hard day and night and is successful in giving comforts to the members of his family, thereby relishes a kind of mellow, but his whole advancement of material happiness immediately terminates along with his body as soon as his life is over. So this is the difference. Whatever mundane activities one performs in the material world is only relishable as long as he is in the body, in this present body. But as soon as he dies, that's it. His body will be remain. Actually, in Christianity, they bury the body. In India, they burn the body. In some religions, they feed the body to the vultures because the body is temporary and the spirit soul is eternal, and then it'll go on to the next body. And we're not sure what's going to happen to us next life unless if one performs his activities for the pleasure of Krishna or his pure devotees, then uh, it continues his activities. Wherever he left off, it's like it says in the Bhagavad Gita that in this endeavor there is no loss or diminution. It remains eternally credited. That is like there is a spiritual bank account. When we serve Krishna, we get these bhakti points. Uh, and these bhakti points is being accumulated more and more and more until we come to the point that we become purified. mm, our senses becomes purified, our mind becomes purified, our intelligence becomes purified, and we understand that we are eternal servants of the Supreme Lord. And therefore, once we become purified, then we will attain love of God, which is the goal in human form of life. There is a big difference between the animals and human form of life. In human form of life, we'll be able to realize and understand the nature of the supreme absolute truth. So, death is therefore taken as a representative of God. I'm just like going, skipping some, so just to we can have an idea of what Prabhupada is saying here. Um, we're all inevitable that we're going to die someday, maybe after 10 years or 5 years or 1 year or next month or next week. And who knows, maybe tomorrow we're not going to wake up. We'll leave our body while sleeping. But for a devotee, we're just like practicing devotees. We're trying to become a devotee, hopefully uh, in this lifetime, sooner. We don't have to wait till the end of our life to become a devotee, or um, for others, it may take many, many, many lifetimes before they can come to the pure devotional platform. So somehow or other, in this month of Kartik is very special. This is the month of Damodar, where uh, this is the month of Srimati Radharani. She is the uh, personified bhakti. She is the one who gives Krishna the highest pleasure, and she is the one who can give serving. She's the one who can serve Krishna the best servitor. And at the same time, she is the eternal consort of Lord Krishna. Everything that we do is under her auspices. Um, whatever devotional service we're trying to attempt, it is only through her mercy that we'll be able to perform it or accomplish it. And Krishna, he says that when Srimati Radharani says, "Oh, this is a nice devotee and he's doing nice service to you, you please accept him." And Krishna will never say no to Srimati Radharani. So our process is that how we can utilize all of these senses that we have, the five acquiring knowledge senses, the five working senses, um, our mind, intelligence, and our very self, completely dedicated and surrendered unto the Supreme Lord to please Him. And there are 9 processes in devotional service, according also to the Bhakti Ras Amrita Sindhu. It starts with hearing and chanting the holy name, fame, form, qualities, pastimes of the Supreme Lord. Um, we utilize also our mind, because the mind is the main center of all the senses. And the mind is the function of the mind is thinking, feeling, and willing. And the mind is compared to chanchala, very flickering. Is compared to Lakshmi or money. It doesn't stay in your hand for a long time. It'll come sometime, then after some time, it'll be transferred to another person, or you have to use that money. So chanchala. But in Krishna consciousness, we utilize the mind to think of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. It's like a yogi. He meditates on the super soul within one's heart. But for the bhaktas or devotees of the Supreme Lord, our goal is to focus our mind onto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. That means we understand our position, that we are all his servants and Krishna is the ultimate enjoyer. And taking shelter unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord means um, focusing on his different activities, his name especially, chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And Kartik, he says that there is a wholesale of bhakti, the result that one performs to please Krishna, the reward, the what you may say, the return is much, much more. Just like nowadays, there's so many sales. You go to the market, uh, they'll have like big, big discounts, especially everywhere, anywhere in the world, especially in North America. All the time there is a sale. So there is a big sale of bhakti and the reward that one will receive when one performs devotional service in the month of Kartik. It says that one should get up early in the morning, perform Mangal Artik, worship Tulsi Devi, read Shrimad Bhagavatam, chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, serve the Vaishnavas. So in this way, we'll be able to control the mind. Mm. Prabhupada is very difficult. Even Arjuna says that controlling the mind is not as difficult. It's like very difficult. It's like controlling the wind. How can you control the wind? But still, the mind is far greater than controlling the wind. So somehow or other, if one performs this Ujra Brat means offering of lamps to Damodar, Yasoda Damodar, Radha Damodar. One of and also praise, recite these prayers of Damodarastakam by Satyabrata Muni. Then one can get the favor of Shrimati Radharani, because this month of Kartik is the month of Shrimati Radharani. Prabhupada says, if you want to offer the secret, how you offer, let's say, an apple to Krishna, is that you ask Shrimati Radharani, Shrimati Radharani, please offer this apple to Krishna. You ask permission or you ask her favor. So anyone who performs devotional service, actually Prabhupada says that this month of Damodar is for the newcomers, but it's meant for everyone, but especially for the newcomers, because it is an impetus for them to take advantage of the offer that's being provided by Shrimati Radharani in the month of Kartik. That the endeavor, the effort that one is trying to do to perform in the month of Kartik is multiplied so much, just like we mentioned, getting up early in the morning, attending Mangalartik, and so on. But for those devotees who's been in the movement for such a long time, we're doing this every day anyway, getting up early in the morning, attend Mangal Artik. I've heard that in Bogo, your Mangal Artik is 5 o'clock. Is that correct, Radhavala Prabhu? Yes, yeah, yes, yes. So we have to endeavor because This is the best time, especially in the early morning hours, for spiritual activities, because this is like mode of goodness, when most of the people are still asleep. But this is an hour and a half before sunrise is the most conducive, is the best time for one to perform spiritual activities. So for many of us, we've been doing this every day anyway, getting up early in the morning, attending Mangalartik, chanting our rounds, worshiping Tulsi Devi, and reading Shrimad Bhagavatam. So for the newcomers, the new ones, this is an impetus for them to perform these austerities. Austerities means performing activities uh, which is seemingly you are not willing to do, but you want to achieve a certain goal, which is very difficult to achieve. But then you have to do and perform some sacrifice. So similarly, our goal is to go back home, back to Godhead. This place is not a place for a gentleman. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, which means this place, this material world, is guaranteed dukalayam asasvatam, is full of miseries, and it is temporary. The nature of the soul is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. But we became covered up by the modes of material nature, and therefore, accordingly, if one is more in the mode of ignorance and passion, then the sufferings and miseries is far greater than those who are in the mode of goodness. What to say of one who is on the transcendental platform? Then there's no more bondage in this material world. There's no more miseries. There's no more sufferings. That even while he is in this material world, he is in the transcendental platform. As Prabhupada gave an example, it's like a lotus flower is on the water but is not touched by water, is waterproof. So a Jivan Mukta, a devotee of the Supreme Lord, who has developed love for Krishna, is that he does not feel or he does not have any more miseries and sufferings. His activities is performed with enthusiasm, with a lot of inspiration. It is happily performed, happily performed. So the goal is that for those who wish to go back home, back to Godhead, then they have to perform austerities, and especially in the month of Kartik. Um, it's the best way how we can develop instantly love of God by performing activities which is pleasing to the Supreme Lord. Uh, Anya bilasita sunyam jnana karmadi anubritam anukulyena krishnanu silanam bhaktir uchate. Um, so the definition of bhakti is that no more hankering for material desires, no more desire to speculate, mental speculation. Anyabilasita sunyam, that means devoid of desire for material gain or fruitive gain. Uh, Karmadi anabritam anukulyena krishnano. No more activities which is going to hamper one's advancement in Krishna consciousness, but only favorably uh, perform activities for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. This is bhakti. And anyone who performs bhakti, one becomes more and more purified. As we mentioned earlier, we're just attempting to become a pure devotee somehow, even in this lifetime. Hmm? The opportunity is wide open for everyone. Human form of life, the goal is to go back home, back to Godhead. And in Kartik month or in Damodar month, just by simple offering of lamp to Yasoda Damodar, Radha Damodar, one can develop. The love of God can be invoked in this very, very auspicious time of the year. The whole year is full of festivals, and but Damodar month is the most important. As it says, of the body of water, I am Ganga. Of the month, I am the most auspicious month, Kartik. So, would like to encourage as much as possible everyone. I know that you have a new center there. It's nicely done, well done. Looks very strong. The temple room, and Srila Prabhupada already has arrived there, and Sisi Gornitai. Am I correct? Radha Ballabha Prabhu? Haribol? Are you there? Yeah, Sisi Gornitai, they are there, and Srila Prabhupada, right? Yeah, so you're very, very fortunate. You can turn off the mute yourself so I can hear. So yes, you're very fortunate. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Patita Pavana. He is the most merciful incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Actually, he is Krishna himself. And more, furthermore, he is Radha and Krishna combined, two personalities in one. So he's very merciful. When Rupa Goswami met him in Prayag, he says, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gora Tusay Namaha. You are the most magnificent incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Uh, why? Because you give freely love of Godhead without any condition. Anyone uh, is eligible to perform bhakti, devotional service towards the Supreme Lord. One does not need to be educated. One in Krishna consciousness, uh, you don't need a special qualification to join or to perform devotional service, and it is voluntarily, both voluntarily being done. So it's like a volunteer. He's not expecting anything, and if one performs bhakti in this way, then he'll gain so much advancement, and especially in the month of Kartik. This month of Kartik is so special, so auspicious. It says that one should reside in a holy place like Mathura in the month of Kartik. I don't think you'll be able to do it right now, but hopefully one day you'll be able to come to Brindavan and join the devotees here to perform devotional service in the month of Kartik just by a simple uh, offering of lamp to Radhesham, Krishna Balaram, Gornitai, and Srila Prabhupada. But you can do it there also as well, because the Lord is present there. They're present there, especially Lord Nityananda also. It says that Lord Chaitanya is the most magnificent, but Lord Nityananda is also magnificent but greater. Mm. His mercy, his compassion, his kindness is far more than any other incarnations of the Supreme Lord, even of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this is the example of how he wanted to save Jagai and Madai. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was ready to um, release his chakra to kill. Uh, uh, what is his name? Jagai and Madai. Jagai and Madai. The most sinful in those days is um, even Chitragupta, the secretary of Yamaraj, uh, his memory bank. His computer crashed because of the sins of these two brothers, Jagai and Madai. But somehow or other, they were pardoned by Lord Nityananda Prabhu. He asked Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not to kill them, to spare them, to spare them. Um, so this is the mercy of Lord Nityananda. So you're very fortunate. Uh, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu are there, and it's very, very important to understand this nature of Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how merciful they are to the conditioned souls, especially in the age of Kali. And moreover, Srila Prabhupada is there also now, residing in that area or land, Bogo, the farm that near Cebu City. So we wish you all a very happy and fully engagement of service in that area for your own benefit. May Lord Sri Krishna, uh, Radha Damodar bless you all for to make special, especially in this month of Kartik, to increase your bhakti so that if someday in the near future that one every one of you will attain love of God. I will stop here now. If there is any question, is there any way we can connect to the Zoom again? No. Or if there's any question, Radhabala Prabhu, let me know. We'll be happy to reply. Let me take this out.